Hey guys, hey gamers, and welcome back to the What Just Happened podcast, where we talk about what just happened. So, today we will be looking at more Reddit stories, but first, we have to talk about something that did just happen. The election. Trump won. If you watch this channel a lot, you will know that I'm not a big fan of Trump. Was not very happy with the results of the election. But what happened. We just have to learn to live with that now. It's a very scary time for a lot of people, but I trust that we as a country can get through the next 4 years. But yeah, enough with that sad, bleak stuff. Let's talk about some goofy Reddit stories. Alright, so, without further ado, let's start. AITA for cursing at my partner for pressuring me to buy TV. I, 23 female, started dating this guy, 20 male, a few months ago. It's been 2 months since we became official. And things have been going really well. This is not a BF diss track. We usually hang out at my place since he lives with his parents, and he noticed that I don't own a TV and finds it weird. Now, I've lived by myself for years, and I've never owned one simply because I never felt like I needed one. Everything I like to do in my free time, I can do on my laptop. My parents own TV, but I never ever use theirs when I visit them. It's just not my thing. I have one bed, one couch, and one beanbag. He bought it for me. In my apartment, and that's that. No chair, no additional lights, I use candles. No TV or gadgets, no thank you. He's been suggesting me to buy a TV for a while, saying that it'll be nice to be able to watch something and have something to talk about. He's a gamer, and he could bring his game console so we can play some video games together. He said that people would find it odd that I don't own TV if I invite them over since everyone owns one. I don't agree with any of the points he made. We can watch shows on my laptop. A bigger screen would be better, that's what he said. I think not. The video game thing, that's mainly what he wants to do. I'm not a gamer myself. The last point, I find it most outrageous because who cares what others think? I don't even like to invite people over in general, and if I do, and if they have issues with me not owning a TV, they can pack up and leave. It's my apartment. I have no obligation to cater to anyone else besides me. I've made it clear to him that I'm not getting a TV, and he keeps being persistent. And one day, when I had enough of him pressuring me to buy something I don't want, I cursed him. I told him that he's a fucking asshole, and if he wants a TV in my apartment that much, he can buy me one and set that up all by himself. He has a tendency to be bossy or give me lots of advice, and it usually doesn't bother me, and I even appreciate it sometimes. I can be spacey and reckless because I know that he means well. But some of the suggestions he makes, I find it off-putting, like this TV thing, or him telling me to buy more utensils. I have one pair of fork and knife, no spoons. I eat out 5-6 days of the week. He seemed really hurt when I cursed him out. And now I feel like maybe I could have been less mean. He comes over to my apartment about once a week, if any of y'all are curious. Edit. I'ma add this info as someone in the comments kindly suggested. It's been 3 weeks since I moved into my new apartment, and my old place had chairs, a couch, and everything. I just haven't bought much for my new place as I already have what I need. Okay, so, that was a lot. So yeah, I think he should be a little less bossy. Like, if she doesn't want TV, she doesn't need TV, but also her cursing him out, I don't know. But like, yeah, I feel like if he really wants her to have TV that much, he can buy one for her. Like, if he cares that much, I think the verdict is everyone sucks. I don't know if I completely agree with that. Maybe, I don't know. It's confusing here because, like, she's just minding her own business, and he's being bossy about her having a TV. Why do you care so much, man? I don't know. It's not your apartment. So, yeah. That's my opinion. I feel like he should back off. Like, stop trying to pressure her to buy a TV if you're not gonna buy one for her. Like the point you made. Because clearly she's happy without not having one. You know. That's my opinion. On to the next one. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she doesn't deserve my mom's necklace? Sorry. Hello everyone. I'm coming on Reddit to seek advice because I think I'm in the wrong. Oh, so you think. Alright. I, 21 female, have 2 full siblings, Michael, 23 male, and Damien, 25 male. We have a half-sister, Elsie, 18 female, who's the result of an affair. Our mother, 50, it says male, but I'm assuming it means female, is unfortunately terminally ill. The doctors have told us she doesn't have much time left. She called us all in to talk about her will and what we would each be getting. My mother was a banker and amassed quite the portfolio. Shortly after Elsie was born, her mother wasn't very active in her life, leaving her to move in with us and live with us. I could always tell Mom held some sort of resentment for her. My mom wasn't strong enough to leave after the affair, and she regrets it every day. Mom raised Elsie like her own for so long, but all Elsie could do was be snarky towards her and always say, "But you're not my real mom." Of course, she'd only say that when Mom was trying to discipline her. But as soon as she needs something expensive, she'd be as sweet as sugar towards Mom. I avoided Elsie growing up because I always felt like she ruined our picture-perfect family. Back to the day this happened. Mom was reading out her will on her bed. My mother owns a beautiful emerald necklace, a family heirloom. She looks directly at Elsie and tells her she can keep it. I started crying immediately. It doesn't even make sense. She's not entirely part of our family. Her and Mom share no blood. I begin to scream at Elsie. I hate spreading so much. I'm sorry. Story's not even done. Why are you screaming at Elsie? The whole thing about her, like, whenever she was being disciplined was like, "You're not my real mom," yeah. But she was like a teenager then. Like, you can't blame her. Your mom chose to give her this. You're saying she's not even related to our mom in blood. Does not matter. She's still her daughter. Like, when you adopt someone, that's your child. And she basically adopted her when her mom was not there for her. She was a mother to her, and she is clearly like a daughter to her. I'm just gonna keep reading this. But, wow. I began to scream at and yell at Elsie. I told her I wish she never walked into our lives and that she should just leave because no one wanted her here. Seems like the mom wants her here because she gave her the necklace. She didn't give you it. seems telling to me. Damien tried to calm me down and reminded me we were in a hospital. Michael left the room with Elsie to avoid escalation. I saw Mom crying, and it kind of hurt, but she hurt me worse. No, you selfish, obnoxious person. You put this whole scene in a hospital. Oh, God. And it kind of hurt me, but she hurt me worse. I grabbed my bag and left. It's been 3 days, and I've gotten nonstop messages from extended family saying I hurt my mom and she didn't mean any harm. Am I the asshole? So, there's an update here, but before I read that update, she's the asshole. Alright, I'm just gonna say that. I think she's absolutely the asshole. Why? Why cause this whole scene over a necklace? I don't... Why? Like, she didn't choose to be born a bastard child. She didn't choose that. Did not choose that whatsoever. She didn't choose for her mom to leave her. Okay. Minor update. I visited Mom and we had a really long talk about my life and growing up. I apologized to her and she accepted with a smile. She told me she'd always forgiven me. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so there are 2 updates here. One minor one and then one full update. Okay. Minor update. Hi, y'all. I have received some very well-worded and thought-out comments/DMs just to answer some questions. The heirloom comes from Mom's side, not Dad's. My father passed 2 years ago. Elsie's mom was a deadbeat, to put it nicely. My brothers rarely speak to Elsie, mainly due to them living 3 states away. I will be talking to my mom as soon as possible. She wants to talk, and I want to as well, because at the end of the day, I love her and would never change that. Okay. So, little more background. The heirloom's on the mom's side. Can't assume that since the mom's giving it, but never know. Okay, time for the big update. This update's long one. Alright. Update. I visited Mom, and we had a really long talk about my life and growing up. I apologized to her, and she accepted with a smile. She told me she'd always forgive me no matter what. That's why I love my mom. She's a kind soul. I expressed to her that I felt I should have had the necklace because we are blood, and my grandma had it before. Before her was my great-grandma. Was my great-grandma. My mom started to tear up and explained that she thought I didn't want it and might as well pass it on to Elsie. She said she knows Elsie isn't her real daughter, but over the years her resentment turned into pity because she really didn't have anyone, especially after I moved out to live with my boyfriend. Mom said we could call Elsie and come to an agreement. Mom called Elsie, and she actually came over to the hospital instead. She sat with us, and I asked her what her plans are with the necklace. She told me she's gonna take really good care of it and wear it. I asked her if I could give her a portion of my current inheritance money as a way to buy it off her. E.g., we both get $300,000, but I give her $25,000, and then she gets $325,000, and I get $275,000, and the necklace. She said that was a good idea because I clearly have connection to this necklace and she would benefit from liquid anyways. Mom reassured her she would get other pieces of jewelry. My mom really loved bling. I feel happier knowing we could come to some sort of agreement. But what's most important to me is that Mom and I are good, and we are. I cried, told her I loved her, and gave her a really big hug before I left. I said goodbye to Elsie and was on my way. I called Daniel and Michael when I got home to explain what happened. They said they were proud of me for reaching an agreement. Everyone was happy with, we talked a little more, of course. We talked a little more over the course of 2 hours, and we agreed that whilst we don't want Elsie actively in our lives, we are gonna make sure she was set, and Michael said we should check in on her when we can. Alright, so the person is not a bad person here. Alright, she was blinded because she's blinded by, like, not hate, kind of hatred. She's really wanted the necklace because it was important to her. She didn't really know how to express that. And she got mad. But at the end of the day, they reached an agreement. It was all good. So, yeah. So nice little end to that story there. On to the next one. Okay, this will be the last story. Married 6... No, sorry. Am I the asshole for not letting my in-laws continue to be late for everything? Married 16 years, and my in-laws have never been on time for anything. Not just a couple of minutes late, usually 20 to 30 minutes or more. And they don't ever tell us they're going to be late. On Halloween, they were supposed to be here at 6:30 to go trick-or-treating. My kids are teens, so they already had plans, but canceled to spend time with them instead. At 7:15, we called, and they said they were 15 minutes away. 22 minutes later, they arrived without any concerns. This inspired a new rule for me. I called it the 15-minute rule. Basically, if you tell me you're gonna be somewhere at a time and aren't, after 5 minutes, I will leave. If we're meeting to eat or something, and if you're late, we will order and eat without you. We will leave when we are finished, even if they're just getting there. Tonight, they had plans to take my kids out to dinner, and they said they'd be there at 7. We talked at 2 p.m. and reminded them of the new rule. At 7:05, they weren't there and had not called or anything, so I called them. They said they were 10 minutes away. I told them to not bother with it. They tried to ask me to give them another chance since they live an hour away, and I said no way and stuck to it. I feel like they are disrespectful by doing this, and that they aren't valuing my time. Am I the asshole? No. That's my opinion. I say no. I think the parents, like, come on. You can't be late to everything and not even say you're gonna be late and then expect to get special treatment. No. You have to be on it. That's why my bossy is saying be there at a time an hour late, and then they'll show up either early or on time, and they'll think, oh, I'm late as always, but they're not, That's what I do. But, I don't know. I say not the asshole. That was a verdict on Reddit too. So yeah. That's all I had for today. It's a nice little episode. I mostly did this just to deal with a lot of stuff going on around the election and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Bye, guys. Bye, gamers. See you in the next one.